Hi guys, this is Lashette from Scarlet Moon Creations, and I am back with a new video. This is something different, something new, something I wanted to do earlier this month, but life happens and I didn't want to edit or film videos. So here we are with a tarot game. Tarot Murder Mystery. Okay, the Tarot Murder Mystery has been going around for a while, and I've done it a couple of times. I've done it a couple of times on my own, but I believe this is from a tarot book, and I don't have that book. I do want it. However, anyway, I believe the person who posted this and created a tag for it was Becoming Temperance, and I will link to her video. It's a murder mystery game, and it's not divination. It's not a using your cards for magic or ritual or for self-help, self-care, or anything self-development related. It's just a game where you figure out who done it, basically. And yeah, I've watched several people do this, and I was like, next October I'm doing it. There's several others that I've come across that are in a similar vein, games that you can play with tarot, some of which are also appropriate for October, Halloween, Samhain, the Day of the Dead, horror, mystery, chilling thriller, suspense vibes, and others are just fun to play because that is another aspect to Halloween, playing games. So anyway, the deck I'm using is this one, the Llewellyn Tarot, one of my oldest. I'm just holding the guidebook here because I need to show you something that was not the box that's falling apart. Now that that's out of the way, let's get started. So, someone has been murdered, and we take the death card out of the deck because of that. Someone's dead. We know that. Right. The question is, who is dead? And how were they murdered? And why? So, and of course, who did it? Now, the way we start this off is, I believe, here are my majors. These are the aces. These are the rest of the minor arcana, and these are the court cards over here. Okay? Okay. I'm gonna move some things to the side because I know I'm going to need the space. Yes? Yes. Okay, so it's kind of like a storytelling thing, and I hope this works out well. Alright, so first up, now that my piles are out of the way and separated, is to shuffle the major arcana cards. Alright, so the first, as a detective, trying to figure out the murder mystery, as a sleuth, as a private eye, an amateur, if you will. Just think of me as Jennifer Aniston in Murder Mystery, okay? Shuffle. First thing is to figure out who has been killed, who has been murdered, who is dead. And to do that, I'm using the Major Arcana cards minus death, obviously. Who it be? Who it be? It's the fool, the young one, the young Inger. So, one of the reasons I picked this deck is because of it's based on Welsh mythology. So, Peridor is the fool, and he's who has been killed by a Ron, or Ron has visited him. Death has visited him, and Peridor is a young fool. He was raised by a overly protective mother in the woods, away from it all. She didn't want him, thinking that being a knight was a good thing. And so he doesn't really know much of the world. And one day he saw a bunch of knights in the forest, and come to find out, like, his mom tried to lie to him, like, no, those are angels, those are not knights. But he saw more, and they told him who they truly were and what knights were and all that stuff. Peridor's like, that's what I want to be. So his mom's like, dude, go see King Arthur. That's probably the safest place you could be a knight, right? They're actual nobles, men, not just men who are nobles. And unfortunately, Peridor comes up and goes out and does his thing, with little to no knowledge of, like I said, the world. Next, my aces. We have to figure out how he was killed. This young guy off on an adventure. How did he die? And you take the 4 aces, and it's kind of hard to shuffle them, as you can see. So I'm just going to keep doing this while I explain. The ace of coins means they were poisoned. The ace of swords means he was stabbed. The ace of wands was shot. And the ace of pentacles hit over the head with a blunt object. So what killed Peridor? Oh, okay, we're making this modern. The ace of wands is he was shot. So Peridor was shot. And it's unfortunate, you know, it's dangerous out there in the woods. Was he hunting, or was someone out there hunting and hit him by accident because they don't know what they're doing, or they didn't see him, or was it on purpose? Maybe he was mistaken for someone. We shall see. So it's the ace of wands, and that means I'm gonna take the wands court cards. Those 4 court cards are my suspects, right? So let's see who they are. The Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, the King of Wands, or the Page of Wands. Now, these don't particularly have Welsh mythology attached to them. It's only the major cards in this deck. So, like, they just be chilling here. Now, the knight is, you know, Peridor saw lots of knights out and about in the woods, hunting and such. So, it could have been one of them. Maybe he pestered them with too many questions, and they were like, let me just get rid of this nuisance. Or the Queen of Wands. I'm not really sure why she would do that, though. So, I guess we'll find out. The King of Wands now. Maybe he doesn't want any, you know, little bumbling, foolish kids as a new knight. Maybe there's more to the story about why Peridor's mother kept him away from everyone and everything. And then the king finding out, oh, hey, this kid is coming to my court. Now, I don't want that. And had him killed. Or maybe he was in the hunt too, and it was an accident. We don't know. Lastly, we have the Page of Wands, who is the messenger. Don't kill the messenger. They are both youthful, and maybe the king or the queen sent the page out to deliver a message to someone, and was important someone else decided this is that message needs to be stopped, and Peridor was the one who was accidentally killed, mistaken for the page, or the page wanted to trade places for some reason and had him killed. Maybe the page was jealous of the relationship Peridor might have with the king or the queen, or maybe the idea that Peridor might be knighted before them. We shall find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, alright, here are my suspects. Now, we need to question them. Right? Why y'all all outside, first of all? No, I'm joking. Turn over minor arcana for each suspect to see if I can determine a motive. Do this more than once until I'm confident in what I suspect is the killer. Alright. Knight of Wands. Where were you the night of Peridor's death? Oh. 8 of Cups. Oh no. Oh no. That looks a little clandestine. Very interesting. Queen of Wands. Where were you the night of Peridor's murder? Oh, she's saying she was at home trying to figure her life out, apparently. There's no one else around, though. The king, where were you, sir, the night of Peridor's murder? 10 of Wands. A king would say that. Like, I have a lot of things to take care of. And, Paige, where were you the night of Peridor's murder? 10 of Cups. That also looks clandestine. But, oh, maybe not. Okay, so first question is, where were they the night of the murder? Or the day of the murder, I guess. The only person showing me night vibes here is the knight, and it seems like there was a breakup of some kind, or maybe he has a baby mama and was trying to get rid of her at the time. Doesn't want to say who it is. Just that it was an emotional evening. Okay, fine. We'll see. The queen. Girl, I don't know what you're doing. You're looking in your crystal ball. You're making plans for the future, but you were by yourself. None of your staff was around. And yes, that's fine. You could have had somebody else do it. That's the plan that you could have come up with, in my estimation. Right? I don't necessarily think that the queen was out in the forest with a gun to shoot poor Peridor. But it's possible, right? But if she was making plans for the future, fine. This man, I don't need a whole list of all of the activities and the responsibilities on your shoulders. I just needed a straightforward answer. Like, I'm taking care of my home and my kingdom and all of the people in it and making sure they have food and blah, 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 blah. It sounds like a lot of excuses to me personally, but what do I know? The page seems like he was with his family, but parents weren't necessarily paying attention, or maybe this is a happier clandestine situation, but I don't think it was the page at this point. Okay, so my next question, given the givens, what do you know about Peridor's background, his reason for coming to the kingdom and becoming a knight? Or did you even know that he was there to become a knight? Let's see what the knight has to say about that. The Eight of Wands. A lot happens in the court. It's not always aware of things like that. Lowly new knights or whatever. We'll see about that. Like, he knew there's, a lot happening. New knights come in all the time, or new people come in to become knights all the time, and it's hard to pick them out. He's just assuming that Peridor, if he's coming to be a knight or even a squire, he's hopeful, right? He's young, he's wide-eyed, whatever, but so do they all, really. The Queen. Ooh, now we have a knight card from the Queen, and she seems really indecisive right now. Like, I feel like she's trying to play me because this is the second 2 card, and it's like, well, maybe it's this or maybe it's not. But I just he's like, well, he could have been coming to be a squire or to be a knight, or he could have been coming for some nefarious purposes. We do not know. And I am bumping her up on my list of suspicious people. The king, however, 6 of Swords. Wow. He thinks Peridor, or he knows Peridor was escaping, coming to, I guess, sort of start his fortunes in a way to this kingdom, escaping his previous life, which makes sense. Hoping for something better, maybe bring in his mom. So the king knows why Peridor was coming. Alright, and for the page, 9 of Pentacles. Ooh. Also thinks that Peridor is coming to change his fortune, to like get ahead in life and whatnot. I respect that. And maybe even be better off than the page is himself. Okay, let me see. What else should I ask? Okay, I want to know, who has an alibi? Was anybody with you at the time of Peridor's death? And, hours before and after that, when you would have to track, who can corroborate your story and your whereabouts? So, Mr. Knight, 5 of Pentacles. Okay. The church, my good sir. All right. Really? Right in front of my salad? I think you're trying to take advantage of somebody who is in a lower position in life than you. I don't know if I believe that, like, you were helping the poor or some shit like that. But at this point, I'm just like, you were having an affair with some woman of a lesser status, and it didn't end well at this point. But that doesn't mean you're off the hook for killing Peridor. Maybe you have a kid with her now, and that's why it needs to end. We shall see. Miss Queen, you were also helping the poor. How fortuitous and serendipitous. Anyway, your tax collector, baby, is corroborating this story. Who was, wow, 10 of Swords, sir. There was no one, really, no one. Like, you were asleep. I thought you were busy. I thought you had all of these things to take care of as a king, these responsibilities, but you were asleep, or you fell asleep at your desk. Oh, I see. With all of these worries on your mind, stressing you out. I see. That's not looking good for you, sir. Okay, and Mr. Page, are you trying to say your sibling is your alibi? I see. But your sibling's not looking so good. Just FYI. You guys. Okay, let me see. Alright. I don't know. I need to figure out who has, like, motive here, right? I don't know what could be the motive. Ooh. Let's ask this question. Do you know how to use a gun, a firearm? That's a good question. Yes. Can you show me? The knight says, 6 of Cups, I am an innocent... That's hilarious. Maybe I learned when I was a kid, but that's not something, I really do. Sir. Queen, this is one of my many gifts and talents as a queen. Okay. And not gonna shy away from that knowledge. That doesn't mean I know how to shoot a gun. Okay? I mean, I'd killed him. The king, 6 of Wands. Yes, he has won many a tournament for shooting and probably a war. Okay, and the Page. Oh no, I could never. I've never even seen a gun before. All right, kid, let's just... I cannot. Do you know anything about Peridor's mother and why she kept him away? Because now I'm curious. You guys are really... I think there's a lot of secrets here. And some of y'all should be ashamed of how badly you're keeping them. Oh, you've heard of her, maybe seen her in a distance, some old story or some such, but you have better things to pay attention to. Okay, I got it. You got other plans? Queen. Yes. Oh. You've heard of this very prosperous family, and she was once a prominent part of it, and in the town. Oh, girl. Not off in the woods and separate like she is now and keeping her kid away. So, hey, 7 of Pentacles. Oh, yes. A family that brings money and prosperity to the kingdom is, where she comes from. And, yeah, she might have some patience and strength of character. That sounded a little bit, Hmm. I think between you and me, I think the queen had Peridor killed because there might have been a thing with the king and his mom. And that's why she was staying away. But, you know, poor Peridor didn't know any better. And oh, did I do the, I didn't even do this guy. Okay. 3 of Swords. Well, wow. The page knows the tea. She was stabbed in the back and put out. Like, she couldn't trust people anymore. She didn't have what she used to. And so she either ran away, left, was kicked out. The youngins, they always know the tea, y'all. Y'all think people ain't paying attention, but they is. And that's supporting my theory. Now, another theory I have, though, is it could be the knight. Right? He might have a habit of getting with certain girls and then sending them on their way. Okay. I think I have all of the answers that I need. So at this point, we're supposed to shuffle the death card back into the major arcana and turn them over on top of my suspects one by one. So here's my majors, here's my death card. Until the death card comes up, whatever the death card lands, that is a true killer. So I'm gonna shuffle, and I'm thinking about this. Right, as much, the page is not it, right? I tend to believe his alibi. The king, I don't really, like, it's possible, but come on, man, you could have done better with that story. He's being real vague about what he knows, just that she left, but not about, you know, how Peridor might come into this, or not just that she left, that Peridor is coming here. So if that's his illegitimate child, he's not really aware. The queen, however, is mad suspect. Like, this is what she was doing? Girl, please. Like, I'm suspicious. And this guy, I'm realizing, is very suspicious. He has the means and the motive and the timing. This whole, you know, I was taking care of the poor thing is just... I wish I could show my face at the same time because y'all could see the disbelief. If I can, I'll put like a GIF on here, like, please. Please. So, alright. So that's I think I'm going with the knight. The queen is a close second, or is it the queen? It's one of these two. That's what I have to say. So, let me move these down so we can see everybody. I've questioned the subjects. Let's see who the murderer is. I've shuffled. You saw me shuffle. And one by one. Okay. Okay. It was the king! Oh my god. The king did it. This is the death card. The king did it. He had me fooled. He knew. He knew. He knew. And he had this poor child shot. Like, he knew he was coming, and probably with his baggage, and was just like, I can't deal with that. I'm too good. Let's get rid of this problem. I cannot believe it, how wrong I was. I mean, I suspected him a little bit, but the other two have more motive, and quite honestly, because strength is over here, if we want to be really direct, he could have sent the knight to kill him. But anyway, that is my tarot murder mystery with the Llewellyn Tarot. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was fun, as it is every time I do this. But yeah, poor Peridor. He ain't know nothing about what happened in the past with his mom and these knights. Luckily it wasn't King Arthur, because that would have been even more disappointing, right? But anyway, guys, like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you are new. Hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming. Like I said, I'm going to do a bunch of these, so you will be seeing them very soon if I can. Let's go.